Good morning, welcome back to Home Life with Rebecca. Happy after 4th of July. Happy day after the 4th of July. So I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. I've been posting kind of random videos that the kids have been wanting to do. Like Jillian wanted to do the little candy. It was supposed to be a challenge, but it ended up really not being a challenge. And then Kennedy wanted to post a vlog, and I don't want to say no to them because I'm always trying to get them to be on the vlogs. So that's why those posts were in there. But I seriously, I know I keep saying I need to make a separate channel for like the city work that I do. And if the kids want to continue to keep making little videos like that, I might just make another channel for them. This channel used to be called the Devore Wild Fam, and then it became just Devore Wild, and then it became the Simple Life. It's been through so many names. I really don't know what to call us. I even thought about changing Home Life with Rebecca to like Rebecca's Diary, because it feels kind of like a diary of our life, so to speak, because we're going on like 5 years now of vlogging with really not a high subscriber count. I don't really make a lot of money off of here. Most months I don't make any money, but it is a hobby. I enjoy doing it, and I really like looking back at the memories. But with that being said, I do have a few faithful followers that are always with me and seem to comment on all my videos. So hello. It's been a busy week as usual. On July 3rd, we had the fireworks show at our park. They do the fireworks for the city of Ammon right at the park that we're always at, where the pool is and everything. The vendors were back out there, and it was a really good show. We just walked through the neighbor's yard and just sat in the field and watched them. And then July 4th, Idaho Falls puts on a huge fireworks show down by Snake River, by the falls. We've never been to that one. I mean, I've seen it, on Facebook Live and stuff. I've never been to it. My 3 older kids have seen it. We choose every year not to go because typically my husband works the day after 4th of July. And like my son went last night and he didn't get home till 12:30 just because the traffic getting back out is insane. And you have to go like super early to like get a spot, and I don't think Kennedy would want to sit that long. So we've never been to that one. So typically on the 4th of July we buy some fireworks, because fireworks are legal in the state of Idaho. We buy fireworks from a fireworks stand, and we just do some sparklers and light off a few firecrackers, and it's usually a good time. However, with that being said, yesterday we had planned on doing that, and Adam barbecued. We took Kennedy swimming. I did some light cleaning in the morning. It was just kind of a relaxing start to our 4th of July. We didn't go to the parade or anything. All of us kind of slept in. But by 9 o'clock, because it doesn't get dark here until like 10 during like the middle of June till the end of July. Like it stays light really late, 10:30. So we were planning on doing them around 9, starting with the sparklers, then going from then, because usually it takes us about 40 minutes to get through the whole box of fireworks that my husband purchased. So we ate dinner, we cleaned up, and we went outside to do the fireworks. And the kiddos had a friend over who was in the video with the candy, with the girl with the long blonde hair. But her mom ended up picking her up because the wind had picked up so much that I think her mom might have been, and I don't blame her mom, might have been afraid that, it's kind of dangerous to light fireworks when it's that windy. So we lit off a few of the smaller ones. One ended up being kind of a bigger one that we weren't suspecting, but everything was fine. And then the kids had some sparklers, but we didn't even make it through half of the box. So weather cooperating, we'll probably finish those off tonight, which in a way works out because none of my older kids were home last night. Allie, Parker, and Tiffany were all with friends, and Parker was at the fireworks show. So the little kids were kind of mad. They're not little anymore. I refer to my kids like the 3 older kids and the 3 younger kids. So the 3 younger kids were upset because they wanted to do the whole box, but we just didn't want to chance it. There was like firecrackers and fireworks going off till like 1:30 in the morning. I didn't sleep much last night because I was afraid that one of those little tiny sparks would light a pine cone on fire or a tree, like, because we live around a lot of pine trees. So I was a little freaked out last night, and I'm like, how are people doing that unless like they were doing it in a field, or maybe their houses didn't have a lot of trees. But we didn't want to chance it because there's so many trees on our property, so we ended up not really using a lot of them. But I don't know, I just thought I would share. That's kind of what we did. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't really have any company come over. Adam barbecued for 2 nights. Actually, he barbecued 3 nights in a row. We went to Sam's Club the other day, and I bought a ton of fresh fruit. Like, just the kids and myself have been craving fresh fruit. I feel like you can only eat so much canned and frozen fruit. It just does not taste the same. And we had some Sam's Club cash to use up, so I spent it on fruit. And we got tons of like white and yellow nectarines. We got strawberries and blueberries, and I made like a little 4th of July cake. I was gonna make a flag, but I got kind of lazy, so I just made rows of strawberries and rows of blueberries. And we had cantaloupe, and I think it was like it wasn't a honeydew, it was some other sort of like really sweet melon. And we didn't end up getting a watermelon because I wanted the nectarines instead, and we didn't want to go over budget. But I don't know, it was just a lot of fruit. Been eating a lot of fruit. I tend to do that in the summer where you just crave it. And we had grapes, and I bought the wavy chips at Sam's Club were on like not even coupon, they were like on clearance. I think they're discontinuing them, like that brand. So we bought 2 bags of those and some Cheetos and Doritos. And there's actually surprisingly quite a bit of chips left over. Usually that's the first thing to go. My friend a few days ago gave me like 12 yellow bell peppers, which are very, very expensive right now, at least to us. I cut those all up, and we bought this really good Hatch chili hummus at Sam's Club, and that was our 2nd tub, and it was gone. Like, they ate those bell peppers like literally in less than an hour. Like 12 bell peppers gone, because they were just dipping it into that hummus, and it was really good. So we had that, and then like some fresh salad. And my neighbor, they have a ton of lettuce in their garden, and he said, come pick some. Me and my wife can't eat this all, so I was gonna go over there later and pick some lettuce. What else? I've been coloring a lot, or trying to, because my hands really hurt. But so every month me and my husband like give each other like kind of like an allowance. So we get like depending on, because he makes a little bit more in the summertime because he works 10-hour shifts. So when he was working 8, we gave each other $20, and now we're doing a 40, just a little bit of leeway in case I want to get the kids a treat, like at the Tiki Hut, or he does, stuff like that. But this was on at Sam's Club for $9.98. And no, I do not need another coloring book, but I really like this one. It's 120 mandalas, is that how you say it? But some of them have these glitter effects in them. Let's see if I can find one. It's probably really hard to see on the camera. Like, it's kind of like a rough edge, but like they're glittery. I did try to color it with my gel markers. You probably need a different kind of marker. So there's one that I did that has the glitter effect. It tended to want to smear on the glitter part. Like, see the whites that I left? That's like it's got its own like glitter on there. So you probably need some sort of I don't know anything about markers, but some sort of different kind of marker if you wanted to color over that and still have the glitter shine through. Because where the light green is on the leaf right here, I put some of my gel markers, but it didn't go on as smooth as they usually do. But I don't know, I like these type of coloring books where you can use like 4 to 5 colors and just go from there. So, and then I did like a little 4th of July one yesterday. This one doesn't have any glitter things in it. Oh, I can't stop hiccuping. I like these. These are probably my favorites to color. And then like the little animals, the cutesy little animals too. I think I did one more. This is like over the course of like 3 days. I did this one. I just played with a lot of pinks and purples. I'm not an artist. I don't shade. Like my Aunt Nancy and my daughter Allie, like when they color in these or like any kind of coloring book, they like use like shading and they use pencils. And yeah, I just use gel marker or gel pens, or not even markers. It just seems to relax me. I don't know, there's just something about it that I really enjoy, but it has to be smooth. Like the coloring has to be smooth or I don't like it. And then I started on this one last night, but I got tired. I kind of don't like the orange. I didn't realize it was going to be so bright, but I'm only using those colors throughout the mandala. But yeah, so that's what I spent some of my money on. Budget wise, oh my gosh, you guys, we did so good, like end of April into May. And then I'm not saying that we've been like blowing through money and like buying whatever, but I just never got around, because he gets paid at a weird time. He gets paid the end of the month, on the 20th of every month, and we still need to switch. A lot of our bills come out like the 10th and stuff. Like we need to get all that switched over. It's a pain. And so when he got paid, I was in California, and he never went and got the cash for the envelopes. And then I just felt like by the time we got back, because we were both spending money and trying to track it, and he ended up pulling the money the day after I got home. But then we never went, because he didn't pull the money, sorry, we had to switch it to a different bank account. So then we never went to withdraw the money to put it into envelopes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now it's like, oh, we probably still need to do that. But with that being said, there is definitely a difference when you are paying with cash. Like for sure, I had a harder time letting the money go. I was meticulous about writing everything down in my little budget planner. I even kept a separate little notebook inside my little wallet envelope thing I was using, so that I could keep track. Like as soon as I got in the car, I was like writing that stuff down, so that we knew where every penny went. Versus this month, we've just kind of been using our card. Like, oh, we moved the money into this account, and not tracking it as good. Like I was trying to like go through my receipts yesterday, and it was just not a mess, but I'm like, it's just like really like paying with cash will help you save so much money in the long run. And with that, and again, like we're not just blowing money and like buying whatever, but it is true. Like when I bought my coloring book, it went on the same receipt as like everything else, like our food and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, now I got to make sure that I remember to minus that, $10 plus tax, out of the food envelope, and because we didn't separate it, and it really does make a huge difference. Speaking of money, we're supposed to be getting because my husband was hurt like years and years ago, so we're supposed to be getting a settlement for that, and we've been waiting for like 2 months now for this check to come. Something got messed up, had to be sent back, so they're supposed to be sending it back again. But as soon as that comes, we'll be able to pay off all of our debt. So we will be, besides our mortgage, we will be debt free again. I'm pretty sure, because we put the airplane ticket on a credit card. I didn't want my family to be burdened with that cost. But I think that the check will be big enough to cover everything, to just kind of wipe us clean again, and that'll be a good feeling. Our car's broken down a few times. It wouldn't go out of park. The brakes caught on fire, so that got put on a credit card. But that's what I feel like we use the credit cards for, like this emergency fund. And then of course the carpet, we had to split between the two credit cards too, because we didn't go through Home Depot or Lowe's. But like I said in that video, could not pass up that that deal with the carpet. We did a lot of the work ourselves, which saved us a lot of money. But I'm like, I was at the point, like when we started ripping it out, I'm like, I don't even care if we go into debt. Like it was so bad. I got sick from ripping it out. Me and Allie and Adam and Parker, because we were down there the longest ripping it out. We should have been wearing masks. There wasn't mold, but the dust and the debris, and because it's just old. I'm telling you, because there was a place where it said an Atari went to pick up Kennedy soon. An Atari, that's from the 80s. So this house was built in 78. So I'm guessing they didn't put carpet down there maybe until the 80s. Maybe they just left it cement down there. Maybe they used the basement as storage. I don't know. The carpet in Allie's room was from 2006, which was what the carpet was up here before we had it replaced. But the actual basement carpet, I'm guessing if it said Atari, I don't know when Atari came out. So maybe it was 78. Maybe it was in the 80s. I'm not quite sure, but it was so gross. And I was telling Adam, I don't even care like if we went bankrupt, because it was so nasty. Like I could not believe that the kids were sleeping down there. And it's probably why we're always struggling with like colds and stuff, like because you know it comes upstairs too. But it just smelled. The kids never liked going down there. Like even the kids that had the room, they have like Parker right now, he just has the basement, like there's no door. It just, nobody wants to spend time down there because it didn't ever smell right. I remember when we very first moved in and we walked down the stairs, the smell just hit you, because I think at one point people had dogs that they kept in the basement. Like they probably had pooped and peed down there. Like, and yes, Cooper had accidents, you know, when he was a puppy, but you know, we are very diligent about cleaning it up right away, buying certain sprays to get rid of the smell, and we eventually replaced the carpet anyway. But like, we had our cat Oliver that started to spray when our cat Jack came back. Thankfully, he only sprayed on the floor, but we took him in, you know, and that's why we had to rehome him, because he was so jealous. He'd been fixed, but he was starting to spray because he was so jealous that we had to rehome him, because I didn't want cat spray all over our house. But I think just years and years of people renting, you don't know like what people do. It was just, oh gosh, guys, it was gross. It was gross. So it smells so much better down there, and it needs still a lot of work. It needs paint, it needs a lot of things still. The wet bar, that at least we know that floor is the stick and peel, so it'll come out really easy. We'll put a new little floor down there. We were gonna tear out the wet bar, but now we're thinking maybe we'll just leave it and paint it and fix it up. Like I said, if I can find like a good deal at the thrift store, like on a like bookshelf or some sort of storage unit to put all our games in. When we first moved here, the room that's Tiffany's, which is an actual closet, there's no window in that room, but it's a big giant closet. We used that as storage originally, so I had all the games on those two shelves, which she does not utilize. It drives me crazy. But then when the kids started fighting and not wanting to share rooms, they asked if they could make that closet a bedroom. It ended up being Allie's room first, and anyway, long story short, it's now a bedroom. All my storage stuff got shoved into the utility room and at the back end of the basement. But now I'm going to put shelves in the shed so I can move some of that stuff out, so it's easier to find stuff. I mean, we don't have like a ton of stuff, but it does get crowded in that little space where the water heater is. And then if I can move the games out from the wet bar where I moved them after the kids took over that room, because we have a lot of games, I don't want to get rid of them, we use them. And maybe we can start utilizing the wet bar for maybe, so I have this dream of like, if I ever won the lottery, or if I ever came, like, I don't know, like if I ever came into like a good amount of money, I would love it. And my kids are getting older, so I don't know if it will ever happen. It'd be so fun to like have the basement where you put like a little mini fridge down there and like a little snack, like a snack bar, like just all the kids' favorite snacks and drinks, and that'd be so cool. And then if we get like a ping pong table or a pool table, which probably wouldn't happen because they're very heavy and hard to get down those narrow steps, but or like a little indoor basketball thing. We've never had like a gaming system like I was gonna say Sega, but I don't think there is those anymore. Like the Xbox, the PlayStation. My son and daughter both have used ones that they bought, but we've never like had one for the family like ever. We had an old like Nintendo when it came out with the my sister got it for us for Christmas, like the nostalgic Nintendo had like the two games, like the Duck Hunt and Super Mario Bros. We had that, but during all the moves, like the controllers and stuff got broke. So I just thought it'd be so cool, like, because the kids, when we first moved here, like Parker and Allie's friends used to love hanging out here, but they didn't have like driver's license and stuff yet, and they would just hang out on the house or go to the park. But now I feel like nobody, like the older kids don't want to hang out here as much because there's nothing to do for them. I'm like, that'd be so cool, like if we could just turn the basement into like a safe place for kids to come and hang out. Like the couch is still in our garage. That's a whole nother story for another day, when Adam was trying to go to the dump and the car broke down, and all this nasty not moldy carpet, but nasty carpet in the trailer. And anyway, the car did get fixed. But the couch, we were supposed to make 2 dump runs and it didn't happen. So the couch is still sitting in the garage. I'm going way off topic. But I would just love to have that kind of space in our basement for like the older kids, even the younger kids, to hang out and just kind of have their own space, and just to redo the wet bar like that, because we thought about just tearing it all out. But I honestly, like with the fireplace and the wet bar, that's going to take some money, and that will probably be way down the line when we can afford that. But back to like debt and stuff, like at least when we get the settlement check, like we'll be able to pay most of it, if not all of it, completely off. And then when you start getting rid of the credit card debt, because if you're only paying minimum payments, I mean, first of all, the interest rates, and it never gets paid off, and then you end up paying more for something. So I just want that gone. So, but I do not regret putting the carpet in the basement. And for future projects for the summer, I want to finish painting upstairs. So we have our room to paint, Kennedy and Jillian's room, and now Wesley has this upstairs bedroom. So the hardest part is getting that stinky wallpaper off the wall, because the wallpaper in Wesley's room was the same wallpaper that was in Allison's room downstairs. It was really, because I think it's old, it was just hard to get off. Oh, I had to peel it, and Adam had to use like the steamer, and it was just a pain. So those are our projects for the summer. We've got a couple wildflowers growing actually in the garden, so it looks really pretty. And Kennedy's at therapy. We don't have any plans to do any traveling this summer. It's just not going to happen, because we put the carpet in, and then with my dad's funeral and stuff, like the money that we might have used to like go to Yellowstone or something, it's probably going to have to wait till next year. But I was freaking out because I'm like, oh, my daughter's 18, she's going to leave, and we've never been on a family vacation. I was just like feeling really sorry for myself, but it doesn't matter because we just make memories at home. So if you follow me on Instagram, I think my name is just Rebecca DeVore over there, or on Facebook. I've been taking a lot of pictures and posting a lot of stories, because all your stories automatically go into your like Instagram and Facebook archive, so you can just go search up any date and you can rewatch them. I've just been trying to take a lot of pictures and not just doing YouTube, because I feel like when I was making the video of my dad's for my dad's funeral, I had to like screen record everything from old vlogs, because I don't save them to my phone because it takes up too much space, and really didn't have a lot. I didn't have a lot of pictures with me with my dad, or all my kids with my dad, and it bugged me, like, because life is so precious and so short that I want those memories. And so I've been driving the kids crazy. Like, Parker's like, how many pictures do you need of us at the pool? I'm like, well, a lot, because that's our summer. That's the fun that we're having, is at the pool, and I working for the city doing the little videos and stuff for them, so I want pictures of it, because we're not going anywhere. And even they've all been swimming, like even Allie, like, oh my gosh, her room is already a mess. I don't know. I was gonna go get on like our neighborhood site and see if anybody wanted to start like a group for moms with like teenagers. You always see them for like the mops for moms with babies and preschoolers. I feel like there needs to be one for like when you have teenagers and preteens. I walked in a room this morning and I was like, okay, it's been a week. Enough said. I have to close the door. Adam's still working on her door too, replacing all the outlets down there. It's nice to have an electrician for a husband. What else was I gonna say before I pick up Kennedy? This is getting super long, but I feel like I haven't chatted in a while. On last Friday, the guy that does all the city events for Ammon asked me if I would come to the Chucker Stadium in Idaho Falls, which is a minor league baseball team here. I think they belong to the Kansas City Royals, if I'm not mistaken. But the Ammon Little League was having a Little League night there where everybody that played in the Little League this summer got to walk the field, and so they asked me to go down there and vlog that, and I did. So I made him a video but I have it on private because, you know, it's other people's kids and stuff. So I don't think I'll end up making it public on here. It's not long, like this is long, but like it's a lot of kids. That was like 7 minutes of just kids walking the field. But we got free tickets to go to the game, and we spent money there too, because, you know, I feel like Adam never gets to do the things that he really enjoys, because there is no like major league anything here. Like you have to go out of state. And he's such a huge baseball fan. So that when we got the tickets and we got there, and he wanted to buy a beer, and he wanted to get a banner and a hat, and he got Kennedy a baseball, and we got the kids some, we shared some like chicken strip and fries, and we probably spent $80, but I didn't even think if that was going to come out of our allowance money. Like, see what I mean? Like, it's better when you have cash. But I didn't feel bad about it, because like I said, he never gets to do that kind of stuff, and he was having so much fun. It was cool to see Jillian and Kennedy's reaction. It was their first like kind of like game, and they were throwing the t-shirts, and it was a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of fun Friday night. It was just me, Adam, Jillian, and Kennedy, because the other kids were working. But it was neat, and the people were lighting off fireworks behind the ball field, and it just looked really, really pretty, and we had really good seats, and it was neat to be out on the field. We got to meet some of the players, and Kennedy got a ball from them, and it was a lot of fun. So that was last Friday. But yeah, I think that's about the update. I'm still not ready to talk about my dad's funeral. I don't know if I ever will be. But I gotta go pick up Kennedy, and then we have to go to court today for some stuff we were dealing with, which I can't say on here, but I would like to ask for prayer. I'm not trying to be one of those people that like post something very tragic is happening, you know, pray, but then there's no details, and you're just left wondering like, what the heck is going on? Nobody's hurt or sick or anything like that. I'm just not allowed to talk about it, but I do want to mention it because we do need prayer. So yeah, I hope everybody is well. Hope you guys had a fabulous 4th of July. I love hearing from you guys, so leave me a comment. I'm gonna go pick up Kennedy and then straighten my hair and get ready to go to court, because I can't wear this. Probably put on some nicer pants and a nicer blouse or something. Okay guys, chicken tendies, and let me know if you have this coloring book and what you think of the raised glitter parts of it. All right guys, bye.